Hey friends, Rob Phoenix here. Hope you're all doing well. It's December 30th. Tomorrow's New Year's Eve. Thank God. I'm ready for it to be over. Not that 2024 was bad, but it just ended on a little foul note. And I mean, I don't know what's coming down the line in 2025. I mean, the United States is in for um, a rough patch for the next few years, I think. Probably for the duration now. I don't know that we'll ever see proper democracy again in our country. But I literally have to close myself off from it. I'm done. I'm done with all that activism, and I'm just done with it all. Um, but anyway, I probably a proper gift from a friend. Now I have a good library. I have about 2 to 3 thousand books here in the library, and not all of them are occult books. My God, only a small fraction of them. A lot of them are fiction, like science fiction and fantasy. Definitely a lot of fantasy. A lot of like the um, Dungeons and Dragons fiction books and such. I have a lot of course, D&D gaming stuff. This is like all my gaming stuff here and here. I have a lot of comic books. Um, we have a lot of we have all the Anne Rice books, and we have, of course, a couple copies of the Harry Potter books. Those are some of my favorites. We just have a really good library. So it's a really good selection. Harry Dresden, which I can't stand those books. I think they're terribly written. Even the show I watched on Amazon Prime. Remember the show, Harry Dresden? I mean, they did such a bad job of it. And I'm really upset because I know they modeled the Constantine show after that, and it was equally kind of bad. Um, so anyway, but anyway, we have all those. Um, our comic collection, Bill and I both collected comics all our lives. We have pretty much the run of the X-Men from the early 80s until I would say the mid maybe like the early like 2005 2006, and then we both just kind of like fell off. So we have all those. uh Josiah doesn't really have an interest in them. That's okay. um anyway, I'm just babbling at this point, but a friend for Christmas gave me, which I think is very fitting because I'm kind of like going internal now. I'm kind of like nesting and finding myself moving inward, and just kind of like in wrapping myself in darkness, not in a bad way, but I'm even finding I'm wearing a lot more black, and I'm just like really just want to study like sorcery and such things. And so he gave me a disk drive, or what do you call it, a disk drive. um why can't I say disk drive, thumb drive, flash drive, something kind of drive. And I figured out how to share my screen so I could show it to you. This is cool. So give me a second here. It has like not every occult book, but it has like hundreds of occult books. I mean, they'll be on my computer. I mean, I have a printer just here. I can print some of them if I want to, but it will take me the rest of my life to get through these books. And some of them I have no interest in. Some of them I have a lot of interest in. Some of them I've never heard of. Most of them I've never heard of. There's also a lot of like conspiracy theory stuff, like about the CIA having like mind control people and such with. Also about what the government knows about the UFOs or the UAPs and such. Here, I'll show you. Let me bring this up. Share screen. Okay, so here it is. So you can see he initially gave this to me. Like over here, you see he was saying that the lighting of my videos was poor, and he wanted to give me some tutorials, which he's right. My lighting is screwed up, but this is not a studio. It's a library full of dark shelves and books and such. Um, so he gave me these, but then he decided to give me these occult collections. So look at this. Um, Hopefully you guys can see this. I don't know what this is. Hey, let's look at this. Student reading list, student AA, an account of the A. I don't know what that is. Jack Parsons, James Eshelman, James Grant, The Adventures of Rob Roy. Okay. Um, yeah, I have to, it's my, okay. So Arthur Edward Way, here's the AO Spare, which these I think might be of interest to me. He keeps recommending these to me. Austin Osman Spare. Um, let's see what else. Look, Aleister Crowley. Look at all this. All these books. Um, like what's this? Book of Both? Thought? Yeah, I don't know what that is. All right. Yeah, so look at all this Aleister Crowley stuff. Uh, Dion Fortune. Let's see what that is. Mystical Kabbalah. Let's click on that. So they're like Word documents, I guess, of all these books. Yeah, seems legit. So that's pretty exciting. Um, oh, whoops. I have to shrink and go up. So anyway, look, Eliphas Levi, Edward Kelly, Francis Yates, Francis Barrett, the Magus. Um, Freemasons, Gnostic Studies, Golden Dawn. Let's see what that's all about. So look at this, all this. The Hermetic Tarot. See what that's all about. Oh, I guess it's like every card. That's pretty wild. Anyway, I have this huge library now of there's Agrippa, Hermeticism. Let's see. Oh, that's a lot. Okay. Oh, Blavatsky. That's good stuff, right? Everybody likes Blavatsky. Studies in occultism. Um, Grimoires, Israel Regardie. Let's see what that is. This is good stuff. So anyway, I have this huge library that I will be working through pretty much for the rest of my life. Some of the stuff, like I said, I'm not interested in or I've never heard of, and I'm just not there. And that's okay. But look at all this. This is like the huge gift. That's just one file. Here's a Occult Collection, Feng Shui, Wisdom, A Witch Alone, these glasses, these eyes. Look more Crowley. Look at all this. Anton LaVey, the Satanic Bible. Let's see. Look at that. This is wild. This is a huge, huge library. So, Aradia Gospel of the Witches. Let's see what that is. 1899. And that's something. What a collection. So, it'd be awesome if I had these all in print, but I prefer print over looking at the screen. But this is really cool. This is like a lot of fun. So let me there we go. So anyway, yeah, so having your occult library, if you're fortunate enough to have a friend like I do, that he basically hands you a book of like hundreds and hundreds of books. There might be thousands, but that's a really awesome gift. Yeah, nothing beats having like a nice book in your hand, but I'll take them any way I can get them. So building your occult library is a nice, good thing for the winter. Um, you get that sort of dark academia vibe going and just work on that. Now, as I'm primarily focused right now on learning a sort of a sorcery path, um, as kind of I can't even say it anymore. It's an extension of my Brauerei work. It's just something totally different. Um, it's definitely a different focus in life. It's a different tradition. And let me just interject. I do apologize because I've been sick and kind of out of it for the past week or so. I see there are a lot of messages on my YouTube channel and a couple of emails that I just haven't responded to. I'm sorry, I'm just not 100% yet. But and if I don't get to you, don't take it personally. There's just a lot going on. I'm going back to work and it's just a lot. So um yeah, so just stay tuned. That's where I'm at right now. I'm immersing myself in this world of like deep occultism and dark academia, and I know that's just sort of an aesthetic. I don't know. It just keeps popping into my head. But some of my favorite YouTube channels are Esoterica. Also, a new one I really like. Well, it's not a new channel. It's new for me. Her name is, well, her channel is called Ivy Corvus. She considers herself to be an occultist. And I've watched about a dozen of her videos so far. She's extremely intelligent. She talks very fast. She's very hyper, but she's very excited and passionate about what she teaches. At first, I thought she was just kind of like a modern witch, and she may be, but she's very knowledgeable and she has a very deep understanding of a lot more like um, non-modern witchy stuff. She's very into like actual occultism and actual like proper history and traditional studies and practices. So I find a lot of her stuff very valuable. So yeah, Ivy Corvus, like the crow kind of situation. Um, yeah, and that and esoterica, and there's a lot more, but that's just where I'm at right now. So um, yeah, I'm not sure what the purpose of this was, except to like sort of show off that gift I got, which was really awesome. A friend asked me, I forget what he asked for. He said, apparently there's a book in a Ghostbusters movie. I'm not a fan of the Ghostbusters movies, but we looked for the book in this disk drive and it's not there. I Googled it and it's basically, it seems like it doesn't exist in real life. But yeah, well, it wasn't really a friend. He's a friend, but he's my boss at work. But he knows that I'm strange, so he's into it. But um, that's it. Tomorrow's New Year's Eve. Hooray. I hope you all have plans and good things planned. And I hope you're ending the year on a high note. And I still do want to make a video about my experience with the creation of a servitor. Um, I just don't know how to put it all into words yet, and I just haven't thought about it, and I'm still like working on it. So I don't want to talk about something that I haven't completed and experienced and properly like understood. So I'll get to that soon. But that's it. So I hope you guys are doing well. Hope you have a great night. Have a very, very happy New Year's Eve and happy New Year Day. And that's it. God bless you guys. Love you. And we'll talk soon.